Goldplay Mining is a new gold company with big plans in BC and Portugal, about to be listed with the ticker AUC for gold and copper. We managed to get CEO Catalin Kilofliski in front of the camera and ask him about those plans in more detail. Welcome, Catalin.
Thank you so much, Björn. It's a pleasure to be talking to you and a pleasure to be updating investors.
So, Catalin, as I said, Goldplay is brand new in the sense you're just about to go public. Can you tell us what is the interest and who is interested in your company?
Absolutely, my pleasure. And let me give you a bit of background of why we've created Goldplay here. A bit background of myself. I've been involved in a very successful endeavor. Actually, the last one was Tudor Gold. Managed to grow the company together with the geologists there from about 30 million to about 600 million today. And prior to that, I was able to create lots of successes in the mining space. So having achieved those, I basically just trying to create a brand new company where we do the best of everything, the best of management, the best of board of directors, the best projects and the best practices in the space. So that's the goal that we had back in November of last year. And since then, the company, as you mentioned, it's about to start trading any day now. We've raised almost $3 million or thereabouts from investors. And the interest has been very strong. We are fortunate to have the support of a very solid group of shareholders and investors. And we are led by a very experienced board and management team.
Okay, that's good to know. Also you're in a very favorable metals environment, especially regarding copper, but gold is holding up pretty well too. Let's start talking about your projects. I think beginning with the Scottie West, which I guess is an area play, you could call it, as the neighborhood is pretty impressive.
That's exactly what it is. And we went looking for projects and we had our standards set very high. We didn't have any project. We want something that has the real potential of making a discovery. So Scottie West, as you mentioned, sits literally next to major either past producing mine or current production in Golden Triangle. It's an impressive land position. It's about 7,000 hectares, so it's not a small project. The most beautiful thing about a project, it's a project that's never been worked on. And the main reason, and actually the only reason why it's never been worked on is because it was covered with ice. It's glacier ice. But, investors probably know that in the Golden Triangle space with global warming now, every year, about 90 meters vertically of terrain, new terrain is being exposed. So it's not until recent years that we were able to do a little bit of work on Scottie, and geologists are impressed with what they've seen. They've seen major gusans, big veins, things that basically have never been explored on. And as geologists put it, it's basically like walking on the moon. You are the first guy walking on this land as a geologist, be able to explore it. So it's prone for a discovery, and that's been our focus. And we are very fortunate to have this project.
Virgin territory, so to speak, for you. Now, you said you, of course, geologists went on there. Can you tell us a bit about what you have been able to do so far? So why you like it, apart from the location, and what the next steps are, what the budget is. Of course, the question when you'll be able to start drilling, because as they say, the truth is in the drill bit.
Absolutely. No, look, as I mentioned, there's very little work done on the project historically. Why? Because it's never been worked on. Last year, there was an airborne survey run on the entire project. So that's been completed. And that in itself highlighted some impressive targets that we're going to go after. So the very first thing we're going to do this summer is we're going to put together a very large surface exploration program. We've budgeted roughly $500,000, which we have money in the bank for. We've actually already started the work on the program. The objective would be to collect as much data and as many samples and channel samples in order to define a drilling campaign for next year. So it's a pretty aggressive program. And, if you look at the dollar, it's not a big dollar amount. But when you talk to geologists, to be able to spend $500,000 just on surface exploration, it's pretty much a big program. You know, you're going to collect lots and lots of samples with the objective to have a news flow back in the fall and keep investors informed about the progress. And if things turn the way we hope they will, be the basis for our first drill program next summer.
Okay, that's good to know. So, of course, the goal is there with the surface exploration and whatever you're going to do, trenching, whatever, and then drilling. Of course, the goal is to make a discovery on the property. What kind of potential do you see or do you look for?
Look, I can only rely to the experts in the field. You know, we are very fortunate to have we're very experienced geologists. I actually asked the question even to Ken Conkin, who was the chief geologist at Tudor, who was a good friend of mine. I showed him the project and he knows this area very well. He's made many discoveries in the Golden Triangle. So his exact words were, "You don't know what you've got." You know, like there is the potential, like real potential of a big discovery. And if you look at projects in the Golden Triangle, for most part, discoveries made are pretty big. You know, look at Tudor, over 20 million ounces with GT Gold. So we're looking for something of that size that could be a game changer, right? And the beauty, you know, the nice thing about Goldplay now, investors have a chance to get in at the ground level. You know, we will be starting trading at a market cap of about $5-6 million. And that's your opportunity, you know, get in. We're sitting on over $2 million cash in the bank already. We're very well funded to do what we have planned to do. And the objective would be to raise the next additional money once we've made some progress here. So it's an exciting journey ahead. You know, we are very excited and investors are very excited about what's to come.
Well, certainly sounds like it. What comes afterwards, though? Are you exploration, or let's say project generators, or are you mine builders? What is the ultimate goal for Scottie West?
Yeah, it's really, we really want to create value for shareholders, or make money for shareholders, right? And the way you do that, and the only solid way you do that, through discovery, through advanced exploration, possible production. You know, within our board, if you look at our chairman, Dr. Deepa Malhotra, he's a world-renowned metallurgist. He's worked on probably every major mine that's in the world producing today. And also through our network, we have the ability to scale up and move the company from a discovery stage, early stage exploration, as we need to go up and become a more advanced company in possible production. If you look at the management team one more time, the guy that's running our exploration program is the guy that ran the exploration program for Lundin Mining in Europe. You know, he's running for 7 years. Here we go. He is now our exploration manager. So we have somebody of that caliber joining our small company today. And that's only a vote of confidence on our plans and ability to get things done. So, you know, as I said, we are doers. We like to get things done. And we are not promoters, you know, and we will be scaling up the team as we grow.
Okay, sounds good. Now, we've talked about Scottie West exclusively so far. That's not the only project you have in your portfolio. There's some copper and gold projects in Portugal, of all places. How did you come to be present there, and what are the projects about? Just give us a brief summary.
Absolutely. I mean, look, Portugal actually got people, a lot of people very excited, including myself. Not sure if everybody knows, but Portugal 2 years ago was ranked by Fraser Mining Institute as the 5th most friendly mining jurisdiction in the world. So it's pretty high up there. And the way we came about those projects is really by getting to know and work with Jose Mario, who's our exploration manager, and the guy that worked with the Lundin. So he is the guy that's put together this portfolio of packages, which we are getting directly from the government. So it's a very beautiful deal because, again, how you create value for shareholders? Well, we buy it as cheap as you can, and then, you know, you prove the value up. So it's a very inexpensive acquisition which we've made. Effectively, we've acquired the rights to an exploration license that's in the final stages of being granted by the government in Portugal, okay. Right? So we are hopefully months away from being able to secure the actual exploration license. And the beautiful thing about Portugal, as soon as we have the exploration license, there's no more permit required for drilling. You can actually drill. There is some consultation involved with the locals, but it's a very advanced project from that perspective. Details on our website about what we got there, but 2 out of the 4 projects we have are historical mines. One, it's a very high-grade copper mine. That's an open pit mine with an historical resource. Grades of copper about 1.2, 1.4% copper open pit. So pretty impressive metal and pretty impressive grades. So we cannot wait to be able to do some work there in Portugal. And we actually have the money in the bank for that too. Out of the 2 million, over 2 million, we have cash. 1 million has been set aside for Portugal. And the objective would be to even start the drills later this fall, hopefully, in one of the projects there.
Okay, interesting. So you have that as an option for later in the year, so to speak, Portugal. You said you already started working on the Beste property. So how long can you work on Scottie West this year before you have to shut down because of the weather?
Yeah, so effectively the work has started on a desktop review and data collection and planning and all those things that could be done from the office, basically. When it comes to actual work on the ground, the best time to work on a project would be July, August. That's when the weather is best in that part of the world. And since we are aiming to do surface exploration, we want to have as much of the area clear of snow, and snow could linger there up until the end of June. So, we're going to probably aim for about 2 months this summer, July, August. You can work year round when it comes to drilling, and why not? But, this is not our focus right now. Our focus is the surface exploration. So we want those 2 months. So we're targeting to do the actual work during those 2 months.
Okay, so that's good. And then when you're done with that, you can go to Portugal and continue there. Perfect. Okay, so let's sum up. Please give our audience a short summary. What, in your personal opinion, the opportunity is for investors here?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think Goldplay, as you mentioned, it's a new listing in the mining space, focused on 2 metals, gold and copper, led by people that have created real value for shareholders. So everybody, including myself and the board, has a reputation to defend. So, everybody's put skin in the game, including myself, invested real money in the company. So we are fully committed to make this a success. We've got the right projects. We are funded to begin the work. And we have a very solid shareholder and investor base that could scale things up for us as we grow the company. The opportunity for investors is really to go in at these levels now and give us a vote of confidence and kind of see us grow. If you want to stay in touch with us, please feel free to go on our website. It's goldplaymining.ca. Subscribe to our newsletter and reach out to us anytime for any questions you may have.
Well, thank you very much. That's good to know. You can be talked to directly. We certainly shall be coming back to talk to you again once things start going. Thank you very much for taking the time, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Bern. Thank you.